Okay, so I want to talk about why so many people are mean to white identified people. I've seen sometimes you guys being like, I seen like a tweet like they hate us, or that people are so Anna. There's so much hostility towards white identified people. Why is that? Why can people be so mean to you? I feel like you have a big sort of responsibility in that. Here's the thing: a lot of us are basically hijacked by the caste system. Okay, that's what white is. It's just a caste status, and this caste system has hijacked us, where we're sort of, essentially infatuated with white identified people sometimes. Okay, and it's all intentional. It's all manufactured. Like, how many of us grew up watching just totally white identified shows, and not just shows, but shows like Superman, for example. Okay, we have this, a lot of people have this sort of distorted perception of you. Put it this way: would you feel bad about throwing a rock at Superman or Superwoman? How bad would you feel? It's Superman, it's Superwoman. You throw it like a pebble at them. Boom! I wouldn't feel bad at all because it's Superman. It would bounce right off. It wouldn't hurt at all. It would be like throwing a cotton ball at someone, or less. Well, that's how a lot of us perceive you. But you engineered, manufactured, and perpetuate that image. Okay, your propaganda is very effective, but you don't want any of sort of the consequences and challenges of it. You only want sort of the benefits of it. Okay, like what did someone say? Like in the George Floyd thing, they were like, some people were like, I feel sorry for him. Like color cast people, you feel sorry for him. Like, or there was some, violent KKK person, and there was like a black identified person. They were attacking him, and this black identified person got on top of him. I am protecting you. Like we're essentially, we have a trauma bond with this white illusion that you guys are actively cultivating. Like that whole I hate, that tweet was so wow. Like there's just tweet by this person like they hate us. Okay, why didn't I right? You guys are the most desired in dating apps. On these various dating apps, they do like those studies. White identified men and women, you guys are the most desired in dating apps. That means all sort of people sort of desire you. Okay. Um, you're overrepresented in the media, and we watch that media. We voted, we constantly vote for white identified politicians, including presidents. Billions of people worship a white coded deity that magically became white coded. Jesus, you may have heard of him. Um, we'll watch movies where, like, how many color cast people have watched Lord of the Rings or Chronicles of Narnia? We're not even in it. In it, everyone hates you. People hate white identified people. Everyone loves you, and you still hate us. That's the problem. That's why things are switching up. It's like nothing is nothing, nothing satiates you. We basically gave you everything actually, and it wasn't enough. Like nothing is enough for you. Like you guys are getting so upset about color swaps and increased diversity, but for decades we watched shows that starred you happily. Partly that was because of the trauma bond, but we have this sort of, just imagine if you've ever been infatuated with someone, you don't have a clear image of them. But that's that sort of infatuation, that trauma bond, is sort of enhanced with all this propaganda. Like I've had those things where it's like I perceive white identified people as like, wow, like superhero rock star type of thing because I grew up watching like Smallville. There was this person in my high school who kind of looked like um the actor from Smallville who played like Superman. One time we were like on the bus and like everyone half the bus was like staring at him like in that like almost like parental type of way. Men, women just looking at him, and he was like, he kind of freaked out, ran off the bus. But that's how people engage you. It's a distorted perception, but that you create, and then you're whining about it. It really doesn't make sense. Like I'm only realizing recently that a lot of you are white identified people are very delicate. I didn't know that at all. Like I used to go in, like mostly online, like cyber warfare, like I didn't think nothing of it because I perceived you as like these TV characters or like Jesus. But now it's like, oh, you guys are just guying too, and a lot of you are delicate. Who knew? I mean, I'll still assert myself and sometimes I will be aggressive because I'm just a guy and I'm not a robot or a dog. But now I feel less reasons to be so aggressive, and if I'm aggressive, it's more tempered. But I didn't hold back. Would you hold back against Superman? Would you hold back against Superwoman? And you guys still are presenting that image. Maybe it's time to pick. Like, do you want to be a deity? Do you want to be a celestial? Do you want to be a superhero? Or do you want to be Gaian? With emotions and feelings and vulnerabilities and challenges. Like I even fell for like the whole white people are smart thing. The white people IQ thing. It's um like with the misleading charts, like this is where we are. Like those charts are so misleading. It's like that's like the average, but that's still tens of millions of you have average or below average IQs. And it doesn't even matter because IQ only measures one type of intelligence, right? It's like you guys hijacked intelligence, and I was engaging you like I'm always engaging white identified people as if you guys were like I would approach you with like an intelligent conversation, and it's like blah, 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 and it's like ooh, not an intelligent conversation because there's multiple types of intelligence, but like a logical conversation. Like IQ only measures logical type of intelligence, but a lot of white identified people have like higher practical intelligence, or creative intelligence, or social intelligence, or intuitive intelligence. But you know, you guys want that illusion You want that perception, but then you don't want, again, none of the challenges or consequences of it. And then it's like it just create, seems to have created this sort of pressure where you guys have to live up to this unreachable standard. It's like you guys are being crushed under the pressure, but you created the pressure. It's like I've always was pondering about like those white identified people who don't have high IQs because they're like using it as an insult. I've never seen a white identified people be like, "Yeah, I have an average IQ, so, and I work this hard job that contributes to society." Da 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 da. Like a lot of these essential worker jobs are not high IQ jobs, but they're essential workers. Hard, difficult, challenging, important jobs. But I never seen one of you be like, "Yeah, so I don't have an high IQ. What's your point?" You guys just go with it. You like that sort of image or propaganda, even though they're constantly degrading you. It's like you're trying to live up to that, but then there's no reason to. Or people are sort of mixed characterizing you. I mean, that's wrong. Anyway, we shouldn't be doing that, but that's why, like, if I was you, I would, reel in the sort of flawless media and sort of this sort of shallow shallow, narrow character that you guys try to frame yourselves as. Because is that all you are? If you do have a high IQ, is that your character? Like, it's not a character trait. Who are you? Do you have anything else to offer? Or why do we even need things to offer? Like, us just existing, it's like, that's like enough. We have inherent, we all have inherent potential. So that's, you know, all that really matters. Right? I'm just saying, it seems like you guys, it's static anxiety. Like, we all have status anxiety, but it seems like you took your status anxiety to, you know, the next level. Or this is a manifestation of your status anxiety, but it's like a double-edged sword.